can't hear us, they're saying. Can we have a little volume on the microphone? Why? Thank you, Jay. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor and privilege to introduce you to the act that you're going to see this evening. Back before there was an internet, and back before there was television, shows like the show you're going to see tonight toured the United States, thrilling audiences with spectacular magic and illusion. I've had the privilege of knowing Jerry Conklin now for about 20 years and can tell you that you are about to see one of the greatest practitioners of the art of magic in the United States. So would you please join me in welcoming the Amazing Conklins and Jerry Conklin!
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Okay. I need at this time the help of a boy about 12 years old. Is there something here that's about 12 that likes to come up here and help me? Just raise your hand.
12-year-old Jay.
Where's that?
Johnny.
Come on up there.
Johnny.
Now, before you come up, I want you to borrow a lady's watch. Would you do that for you? Go to some lady there and ask if you can borrow her watch. Is there a lady who will loan him the watch to him? There's one right there. Okay, very quickly, come right up the steps here. Why don't you stand right over here, if you will, and show everybody that watch. All right. Now, before we go any further, there's one thing I want to make very, very clear. I did not go down to the audience and borrow a watch, did I? You borrowed a watch, isn't that correct? If anything happens, we know who's responsible, don't we? Okay, nothing's going to happen, but I want you to place it in that bag for just a moment. And here's what's going to happen. In a few moments, you're going to make that watch vanish from that bag and reappear between that lady's hands. Now, the way we do that is you place your hands underneath the bag just like this. You count 1, 2, 3, say the magic word abracadabra, and toss that invisible watch to the lady. Now, don't do it yet. Ma'am, I'd like to have you hold your hands just like this. For in a few moments, you're going to find that watch back between your hands. Now, I'm sure she's ready. Are you ready? What was your name? John? Everybody meet our new magician, John the Magnificent. Let's take a nice round. There we go. Okay, John. The first thing you do is reach in the bag, show everybody we still have the watch. Okay, drop it in the bag there. Place both hands underneath the bag. In your loudest voice, count 1, 2, 3, and toss the watch to the lady.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, and now the lady has the watch between her hands. Isn't that correct? You don't have it? John, you did something wrong. I know what you did. You forgot the magic word abracadabra, didn't you? We're going to have to start all over again. Reach in the bag. Show everybody we do have a watch. Place the watch back down in the bag. No watch? I think I have enough rope to hang the boy, man. Well, we just have to do a rope trick, I guess, John. Have you ever helped a magician before?
No.
No wonder. Okay. Now you probably know each piece of rope has 2 ends, one on each. I want you to watch very closely, John. Stay right here. I want you to watch very closely because I'm going to take a pair of scissors. I'm going to cut off that end. I'm going to cut off that end, which now leaves me with a piece of rope without any ends. Isn't that right, John? He's thinking about it. Actually, we have brand new ends, don't we, John? And I'm not so concerned with the ends as I am with the center of the rope. John, I'd like to have you take the scissors. I'm going to find the center of the rope, which is right about here. And I want you to cut it into 2 even pieces. Now, it's very important that they are even. So you take the scissors, I'll find the center of the rope, and you cut it too. You have the scissors? Okay. I'll put both ends together like this. Run my thumb down here. That should be the center of the rope, isn't that correct? Bring it around so it's a little easier for you to cut. Cut right in the loop. Very good, and that gives us 4 ends, which means we now have 2 even pieces. How'd you do that, John? Well, never mind, we can just trim that little extra off. Before you do that, John, remember, this is a finger, that's the rope. You cut the rope, all right? Very good. Now we have it all evened up, we can go out and cut off too much, John. Okay, now we have it all evened up. I'll take the scissors, John. I'll tell you what, get your clean hand ready. I'm going to tie a knot in this end of the rope, and we're going to place that in the center of John's hand. Can I see the other one? He's right, this is the clean one. Place it right here, hold on, you have my finger in there yet, John. Face the audience. Big smile. Big smile. Show all those girls how handsome you really are, John. Now, John, I'm going to give you my favorite magic wand. It doesn't seem to be here, but I have another one. I'm going to give you my favorite magic wand. I want you to take this wand, wave it over the rope, say the magic word abracadabra, and that rope will be restored back to one place. So don't forget the word abracadabra. Wave it over there. I got another wand here, I think. There we go, John. Now just take that, if you will. Wave that. Left over from olden days, huh? Just wave that over the rope, say the magic word abracadabra. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we find that John has done absolutely nothing. No, actually he has, because all we have to do now, John, is just remove the knot. So that way, we find that rope has been restored. Let's give John a nice big round of applause. Could you help me with another one? You weren't doing anything anyway, were you? Okay. I'd like to show you an invention of mine now, if I may. An invention for the kitchen called a carrot chopper. John, you just step back here in the office. I have some carrots for you to hold on to. I'll show everybody out here what a carrot chopper looks like. The machine like this has a long blade that goes all the way through the center. And that blade is very sharp. And is designed to cut several carrots all at the same time. I'd like to demonstrate. Here, John. Hold on to that one, if you will. Hold on to that one. I'll hold on to this one right down here. Watch how quickly that blade goes right through those carrots. Pretty sharp, isn't it, John? When I got into magic, I wondered how could I use this machine in magic? What could I place in that large hole? I think he knows. And let's see if it fits. And it does. And I want you to know this up, hey, John. I want you to know just how brave he is. I'm going to lock his hand in. We'll place the carrot right alongside of his hand. One above his hand. And one directly below. If I were to pull that blade down now, I would cut 3 carrots in one hand. But by magic, I'm going to cause that blade to only cut the carrots, not cutting John's hand. You think I can do this, John? No. I like all that confidence you have. Here we go, count of 3. Down comes the blade, cutting the carrots, but not cutting John's hand. You ready, John? I think he's about ready to run. There we go. 1, 2, 3 weeks ago I was doing this. You a little nervous? John, I want to assure you this machine is perfectly safe. Absolutely nothing's going to happen in your hand. Are you ready? 1, 2, 2. Boy, you are nervous, John. As I said before, it's perfectly safe. Absolutely nothing is going to happen to your hand. Just in case. Oh, I almost forgot the most important part, John. I need your other hand. Just step around here. You want to hold on to that one good and tight. Don't let go. And now, at the count of 3, down comes the blade, cutting the carrots, but not cutting John's hand. Are you ready, John? He looks like it. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Safe and sound. Good job. A nice round of applause. What's that you say, John? Where's the watch? He's worried about the watch. You don't know how worried she is. But I'll tell you what, John, when you tossed it out there, I did a little magic with it. I threw it in a circle right over the box. See that box over there? Can we have a spotlight on it, please? There it is. See it? Right now, inside that box is the watch that you borrowed from her just a few minutes ago. You want to go over and get the box, please? Good. Now, John, you stand here, and let's all watch for that watch. And inside this small box, tied with that red ribbon, is a watch that you borrowed from the lady right there. You want to take the box, untie it? I'll take the ribbon. Open the box. What do you see? Is that the watch you borrowed from the lady? Let's give John a nice big round of applause. John, I want you to take the box back to the lady there. Tell her thank you from both of us. And let's give her a nice round of applause for your courtesy. Thank you very much. At this time, I need the loan of a gentleman's clean white pocket handkerchief, preferably one that's all folded. Is there a gentleman here? Just hold it up if you have one. Oh, there's one right there. You are a gentleman. Good. And we do have a folded handkerchief. I'm sorry, sir, this is a little smaller than I expected. You mind if I stretch it just a bit? That ought to do. And now, I'd like to show you a ghost. A real-life ghost. One with muscles. don't untie that knot, you'll be haunted the rest of your life. They say, what is an illusion? Well, illusion is something you think you see, but in reality it's not really there. And I'm going to demonstrate that with 3 pieces of rope. For instance, I have a great big long piece, I have a medium-sized piece, and I have a little bitty piece. And I'm going to try to create the illusion that these 3 pieces of rope are all the same size. Now the way you do that, you very carefully place it in your hand, bring up the other end. Again, make sure that all the ends are even, all 6 ends in your hand, all 6 ends even. When you've done that, that means that you have 3 pieces of rope, all about the same length. There's that great big long piece, medium-sized one, there's a little bitty piece. But remember, it's all an illusion, because when I first started, I had a little piece, a medium-sized one, and a big long one, just like that. Thank you. Speaking of illusions, I'd like to show you another one. And this time, I'm not only going to show it to you, I'm going to explain exactly how it's done. It has to do with a card like this, with 1 spot on this side, 4 over here, 3 on the back, and 6 over here. Let's do that again. 1 over here, 4 over here, 3 over here, and 6 over there. As I said before, I'm going to explain how this works so you get an idea of what illusion is really all about. Now when I said there was 1 spot on this side, if I had accidentally dropped my hand, you would have seen another spot right there. But by covering that spot, it does give the illusion of only 1 spot. When I turned it this way, I said there were 4 spots, but I've done the same thing, covered a spot, giving the illusion of 4 spots. When I turn it this way, I said 3 spots. Here I saw 1, 2, and assumed that there was another one down there, but now we know there's nothing there. It's totally blank. By covering that blank spot, it does appear to be 3 spots. When I turn it this way, I said there were 6 spots, but I've done exactly the same thing. I've covered the blank spot, making it appear to be 6 spots. And now, I'd like to try to fool your eye and mind, because I'm going to actually cause this card to have 3 spots. Watch. 3 spots over there. Over here I covered the blank spot. 6 spots over there. An illusion of magic. Thank you very much. And speaking of illusions, we'd like to show you one of our favorite illusions. You may have seen it on television. Now, you're going to see it right here. It's called the Zigzag. And here's our Zigzag lady, Miss Stacy. By the way, this is my daughter, Stacy. My granddaughter, I'm sorry, my granddaughter. Before the show began, we asked for a committee. Could I have the house lights on? We asked for some men to be a committee to come up here. Would you please come forward now at this time? There's some gentlemen. Here's one here coming up. Here comes another fellow. Okay, here's another one right here. Thank you for coming up. We have something now. Many, many years ago, there lived a very, very famous man by the name of Eric Weiss. Eric was born in Budapest, and as a young boy, his parents brought him over here to America. They settled in Wisconsin, and while in Wisconsin, he grew up and learned how to make locks, to pick locks, and so on, and went on to become probably one of the most famous magicians of all time. His real name, or his stage name, was Harry Houdini. And we're going to present one of Houdini's mysteries here, and I want you gentlemen to start inspecting things. You notice that we have a wooden box. This wooden box is heavily constructed of 1-inch lumber. It's very, very strong because we carry a lot of our equipment inside of that box. Check that all over, bounce on it. That's good, make sure it's good and solid. Okay. Now we also have some locks here. I'd like to have you look at the locks, check them over. We have a key to unlock and lock the locks, and we'd like to have somebody hold on to that key. We have some unusual handcuffs. Now these handcuffs are designed so that the prisoner cannot reach each of their hands. That way he's really tied up good. Okay, now Jim here is going to do. Jim, this by the way is Jim Fitzsimmons and Jeff Boyer. They traveled with me for a number of years on the road, and we had some good times. There, he's locked up. As you can see, his hands will not reach each other, so there's no way that he can pick those locks. Okay? Now we're going to place him in the box. We'd like to have the gentleman with the key. You lock the 2 locks once he's in. Make sure they're locked. They're good and secure. Okay. Okay, now we have a piece of rope here. We're going to tie that around the box. Now I'd like to have you gentlemen come over and help him secure this. In fact, if you'd like to tie some knots, you can do that. Make sure it's good and secure. This is one of Houdini's most famous escapes. In fact, it was probably one of the first ones he ever started with, and it became very famous, and now as many other magicians have done it, these fellows are probably one of the best here in this part of the state doing this. Okay, we've covered it for just a moment. Jeff's going to get on top. We'd like to have you gentlemen now, if you will, just surround 1 behind, 2 on each side so that nobody can come out here and get anybody out. Are you ready up there?
I am ready.
He's ready. Watch at the count of 3. Here we go.
1, 2, 3!
Okay, I'll tie the rope. We'll undo the locks. Okay. There he is. Who has the key? You want to unlock it? And let's give him a nice big round of applause. And let's thank our committee for coming up and checking everything out. Thank you very much. At this time, we're going to take about a 15-minute intermission. We have lots of good magic to come your way, so don't go away. Downstairs, I understand there's some refreshment, popcorn, and some things like that. Go on down and enjoy yourself. But come on back up here for the second half of the show. So we'll see you then. Thank you very much. have somebody here? Can I have a house light down here? Come up here. Come on up here. Glad to have you up here. Microphone. Thank you for coming up, Tiffany. Microphone. There. Okay. Thank you. All right. There you go. Now, I'd like to present one of the oldest illusions in magic, the Chinese ring. And I have a ring for you to hold on to, if you will, and one for you. And I want you to inspect those rings, make sure they're good and strong, look at them, make sure they're pull on, that's it. We're going to be using 8 rings. Let me count them first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that's 7, that's 8. Good strong ring. Found nothing wrong with it? Absolutely nothing? How about you? Jed, was it? Nothing wrong with it? They both missed it. Because every one of these rings has a hole in it. You didn't see it, did you? Did you see it, Jed? Every ring has a hole in it. I bet you'd like to know where it is, wouldn't you? Right here. Okay. Okay, I have another ring for you to look at. You want a ring? Look at that one? Jed, you look at that one. With the first 2 rings that they examined, I'd like to show you the fantastic color-changing rings. I'm going to cause these 2 rings to change to a bright red. Watch. 1, 2, 3. That wasn't supposed to happen, Jed. But I'll tell you what. Why don't you take the 2 rings? I'll take yours. Take those apart for me, if you will. You examine his ring. I'll take yours, and we'll do it again. Just pull them right apart, Jed. Okay. Once more, I'd like to show you the You have to pull them apart for me, Jed. Just pull them apart. That's it. Once more, I'd like to show you the fantastic color-changing rings. Jed, pull them apart. I'm going to cause these 2 rings to change. You have to pull them apart, Jed. Cause these 2 rings to change to a bright green. Watch. 1, 2, 3. Uh-oh, Jed. I did it again. Hope you have those apart. You don't have those apart? You don't know how to do that? I'll have to take a moment and teach you how to do it. Hold the rings in your hands just like this, Jed. Face the audience, put on a big smile. Make everybody think you're having a good time up here, Jed. Now, Jed, this is what I want you to do. Do everything I do. Are you ready? 1. You didn't say 1. 2. Okay. Now, put your hands right up here. Start rubbing very, very hard. Blow on the rings. And slowly pull them apart, just like that. You're having a little trouble, aren't you, Jed? I'll tell you what. You take the 2 rings. I'm going to give Jed something a little more easy. You put those 2 together. So you take those 2 apart, and Jed's going to put these. You don't know how to do that either? I'll show you how to do that. Just take one ring, hit the bottom of the other ring 3 times. 1, 2, 3, and go together just like that. Oh, you got to believe, Jed. 1, 2, 3, just like that. Do it again. You almost did it. I think he can. I have one more ring, Jed. Let's see if you can link that ring in with the other 3. Hit the bottom line 3 times. 1, 2, 3. He did it. Let's give him a nice big round of applause. Very good. Well, Jed, now you know how to do it. Go ahead and put those 2 rings together. How you doing over here? No luck? Keep on working. I'd like to show you some designs you can do with these rings. For instance, here's one called 2 between 2. Something nice for the summertime. A garden swing. You like to see me make a garden swing backwards? Sure, she said. Watch close. There we go. Something you find in the libraries, the world globe, and a blooming flower. How you doing over here, Jed? No luck yet? Keep on working. No luck yet. Well, I'll take your 2 rings. Maybe if we put them all together like this, we can make a chain of 6 rings just like that. Thank you. How you doing, Jed? Keep on working. 1, 2, 3, to change the 3. You haven't gotten together yet? Well, you try real hard. I'll take your 2 rings. Oh, I almost forgot to show you what I call single ring design. Step right up here, Dad. Right here in front of me, Dad. Right on the trap door. And I'll show you the face of an angel. I don't know if they believe that yet. These rings were invented over in China some 2,000 years ago, so they are one of the oldest illusions. But over in China, they used to link and unlink them just for their own amusement. I'd like to link all these rings onto one single ring at the count of 3 and one very simple move. All these rings onto one single ring at the count of 3 and one very simple move. And here we go. Stand just a little further from me, Jen. I don't want to hit you. Here we go. No, 1. One simple move here. 2. 3. What a mess I've made of that. But I forgot to say the magic word, and that is thank you very much. And there you have the Chinese. Okay, I'd like to have you stay up here, but Jed, you can go back to your seat. Let's give him a nice round of applause as he goes back. Want to take those over there? Okay. Thank you. We're going to do something that you probably never have ever happened to you before. We're going to make you float in midair. I'd like to have you watch this very closely because you may remember the longest day of your life. you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to introduce right at this time the manager of the auditorium here, Brad. He's going to come out and say a few words for you. Let's give him a nice round of applause. Here's Brad, right here.
I'd like to thank you all for coming this evening, and at this time we want to call up the 3 winners and give out the prizes. Daniela from 704 Enterprise. Please come on up. Daniela, you won.
Wilma, I'm going to take just a minute. First of all, I want to thank Wilma for coming and playing today. Let's give her a nice big round of applause. I have some people here I'd like to introduce. First of all, I have a gentleman here that's my son and his family. Mike worked with me for 20-some years on the road. And Mike, where are you? Just stand up. Where are you, Mike? There you are. Right over there. His daughters also have helped me many times on the show, and they've done a nice job. Also, we have a fellow here who inspired me, who helped me a great deal when I first got started. I spent about a week down at his place in Chicago, and he gave me a lot of information. I'd like to have this man stand up. He's one of the deans of magicians, Mr. J. Marshall from Chicago, right down there. Jay, just stand up. And now, by the way, this robe that I'm wearing is from a very, very famous magician from days past, Mr. Jack Gwynn. He told me one time that he was going to burn all his robes, and he said, "No, Jerry, we're going to give them to you." It's very old, but I have to wear it in memory of him. So let's go on with the show. By the way, this is my daughter here, Cindy.